Hi guys, Shelly Longenecker here with Dinner for $1. I don't normally come to you back to back with lives, but this is all about us being flexible, right? We're all working from home while our kids are also working from home. So I am sneaking my lives in when I can. And I got a little bit behind in my series because last week was just so hard for me to adjust to. So here I am. I'm going to give you tip 4 in my senseless food solutions in senseless times, creating sensible food solutions in senseless times. That's the series that I'm on. And if you haven't caught these, this is where I am teaching you how to save money right now in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic. I am not naive enough to think that it is sunshine and rainbows out there. I understand that it is difficult right now. Our food systems have been disrupted, and that has made it difficult for some of us to source food. It's just been a difficult time. So I'm coming to you to share my food solutions that I'm using right now to save money on food and to make this situation work the best. And so today I'm coming to you to teach you step 4, which is in regards to the locusts. Have you all been plagued with the locusts in your home? I know that there's lots of jokes coming around on Facebook about how we're living in the middle of a plague. And there is a biblical plague where the locusts come and they eat everything in the entire land. All the way down to, the dirt. And so I know from watching Facebook last week and watching my own pantry and refrigerator last week, I can confidently say that the locusts have come and they are trying to eat all of our food. So all jokes aside, here's what I have noticed based on Facebook posts, based on my friends, what they're saying, and based on what's happening in my own home. We're all home all of a sudden. Many of us are not used to being home all day long. Our children aren't used to it. We as adults aren't used to it. And something that I have seen that is happening is that people are eating all day long. Kids are devouring, the items out of the pantry. They're devouring the items out of the refrigerator. And it's throwing off the amount of food that we have purchased, thinking that it's going to last so long. And it is, it's getting eaten up quicker than what we anticipated. And so I'm here today with tip number 4. And that is make sure that you're meeting the caloric needs of your family. Whatever those are, right? Little kids, teenagers, adults, adult females, adult males, we all have different caloric needs. And I want to encourage you to meet the caloric needs of your family. And that's a really nice way to say, set up some systems in your family to help make sure that people aren't overeating during this time. So what I noticed from Facebook posts last week and in my own home is that people were eating a lot more than their caloric needs, a lot more than they would want to. And they're doing it because we're bored, we're anxious, we're afraid, we're irritated, and most of all, we're home all day. And so the food is there all the time. And so it's very easy. And I learned this when I first started homeschooling and being at home all day. I noticed that I would eat all day long. And then at times in our homeschooling journey when they were difficult or stressful, I would eat even more. If I was having a complicated relationship with one of my children, or we were having a difficult time in school, or if we were having a difficult time in our business, I would eat more. So I learned in my own journey as a stay-at-home parent, a work-at-home parent, that it's very easy to overeat in times of stress or when I'm bored and also feeling isolated. And so many years ago, I established just some boundaries for my own self so that I wouldn't overeat, because I've been an at-home person for 20 years. And so some of you are finding yourself an at-home person for the first time ever. And so this is new to you. Something that I want to encourage you is to put some boundaries around food in your life. And I share this delicately because I don't like putting restrictions around food. I think that there can be just a lot of baggage that can come in people's lives when we start putting a lot of restrictions on food. But just like we're not allowing our kids to watch screens all day long, 14 hours a day, we are not allowing our kids to eat all day long, 14 hours a day. We believe as parents that eating all day long isn't good for our children and it isn't good for us. We believe that eating out of boredom, eating out of loneliness, isolation, eating out of fear or anxiety are not good habits that we want to start or that we want for our children. And so what we instituted after about day 3 of quarantine, I realized what was going on and I was like, whoa, this isn't going to work. We instituted kitchen hours. And so we have established kitchen hours. So when the kitchen hours are open, we are open. Kids can eat. We can eat. When the kitchen hours are closed, we are closed. Kids aren't eating. We're not eating. And so what we personally have instituted, because we don't want to, we're not trying to underfeed our children here. Okay. So definitely don't hear what I'm not saying. We have instituted 3 snacks a day and 3 meals a day. So note, plenty of food happening. We have breakfast, lunch and dinner, and 3 snacks. 1 in between breakfast and lunch, 1 in between lunch and dinner, and 1 before bed. This allows our children and ourselves plenty of access to food. But when that time is over, the kitchen is closed and no one can eat again until the next available time. Now, food is coming every 2.5 hours here. It's still plenty of time. So if they miss their window, they aren't going to be hungry. They might be a little hungry, but they're not going to be underfed. So this is a personal decision, and you may not come to the same conclusion that we've come to in our home. I appreciate that, and I respect that. But if you find that your food is getting eaten at a much faster rate than meets the basic caloric needs of your family, then I would encourage you to put some boundaries around the times that food is available. Have a kitchen hours, open hours, closed hours. Give it a try and see if it works for you.